Hey, look, it's Direct season again.
I'll be honest, that recent Direct was pretty disappointing. I mean, it had Pikmin 4 and Tears of the Kingdom, which was pretty cool, but man, it was just so filled with JRPGs and farming simulators. This is coming from someone who loves JRPGs, but that Direct was in the past, and the future is now. Hopefully this next Direct will probably balance things out a little more. That way it can please both Scrimblow Bimble fans and JRPG Mixed Swords Guy fans. But what do I want to see in the next Direct? So join me as I predict the next Nintendo Direct. So first up, if you guys have been following me for a while, especially on Twitter, you know that I really want a brand new Donkey Kong game. Oh, it's been 9 years since Tropical Freeze came out. So while Tropical Freeze is on the Switch, I would still like a brand new Donkey Kong game. So, I want them to do one of two things. Either they could probably bring back King K. Rool, or they can make it a 3D game. They put King K. Rool in Smash Bros. Like 4.5 years ago. So if they do anything else with him,
they can make him the antagonist of the new Donkey Kong game.
Sorry about that. But I would also like a 3D game. The last time they made a 3D Donkey Kong game was back in 1999.
And that game is just like me. It's shown its age.
I haven't really played Donkey Kong 64. I've started it, but it seems to have mixed opinions. Ideally, it would be great to see a new Donkey Kong game in the same engine as Super Mario Odyssey. There have been rumors that the team that made Mario Odyssey are working on a brand new Donkey Kong game. Now these rumors have been flying around for quite some time, but sometimes it takes a while for the rumors to actually exist. Now what if it's the best of both worlds and we get a 3D Donkey Kong game with King K. Rool as the antagonist? That would automatically be a 10 out of 10 game. I'll take anything for a new Donkey Kong game, honestly, even a revival of Donkey Kong Racing. Well, as long as that doesn't use a fix-it-later approach. Heck, even a sequel to Jungle Beat would be great. So yeah, we're overdue for a brand new Donkey Kong game. I think one really needs to happen in 2023. I mean, come on. Donkey Kong's getting his own attraction at Universal Studios, and it even seems like Donkey Kong's gonna be a pretty big focus in the Mario movie. So it seems like Nintendo's pushing Donkey Kong, probably for marketing, and they're probably gonna make a brand new game. So that'll be exciting. Well, at least if it happens. But now let's move on and talk about another franchise I would like to see in the next Direct. Man, I really miss Wario Land. It was completely fine until the new Super Mario Bros. Series decided to kick it out of the spotlight. Now with that being said, we don't have a new Super Mario Bros. Game on Switch. All we have is new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So if we don't get a new Super Mario Bros. Game, how about just bring back Wario Land? I mean, it seems like Nintendo doesn't have any problems bringing back old franchises in the Switch era. I mean, we got 2D Metroid, we got Advance Wars, and as controversial as it is, Mario Strikers, we're not ready to talk about that game yet. The last time we got a Wario Land game was all the way back in 2008 on the Wii, Wario Land Shaken. That game is amazing, by the way. I mean, could you imagine a modern Wario Land game with the pixel art style? Could you imagine the kinds of places Wario would visit? Or what about all the mechanics? They should bring back the power downs from Wario Land 4. Now, since we haven't gotten a new Wario Land game in forever, the chances of this game appearing in a Nintendo Direct are pretty low. But I feel like if Nintendo's gonna bring back another dormant franchise, it's probably gonna be Wario Land. For F-Zero, they said they couldn't come up with a brand new idea. Apparently, for Mother, the series producer said that Mother 3 was the end of the series. The studios behind Chibi Robo and Mario & Luigi have gone bankrupt, but we don't really know what's up with Wario Land. I suppose Good Field could develop it just like they did with Wario Land Shake It. So I think Wario Land does have a chance of coming back, even though I said it was unlikely, but that's with any dormant Nintendo franchise. And we eventually did get the 2D Metroid game, and it ended up being Metroid Dread, so let's hope the same goes for Wario Land. Now the Switch's last year or two is probably going to be a lot lighter than the first few years, so if Wario Land isn't as big as like the next Mario game, then I think they should bring back Wario Land. So now let's get this out of the way as well. They're probably going to show off more DLC in their games in the next Direct. You know, stuff like Xenoblade 3 Expansion Pack, the Splatoon 3 Pay DLC, Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pack, and maybe some more of the Fire Emblem Engage DLC. Now, this is just a side note, but for the Mario Kart DLC, I really hope they bring back Wario Coliseum. We haven't seen that since its debut in Double Dash. In fact, they just need more Double Dash tracks in general, because that game is what the DLC has really been lacking in. Now, what about some games that have already been announced? We might see more gameplay of Pikmin 4. I was expecting that to be at E3 this year, but it seems like Nintendo's actually skipping out this year. So if we got a new trailer for Pikmin 4 with some actual gameplay and not just a screenshot, I'd be pretty satisfied. But man, I just want to see what's in store for Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I don't know if this is a hot take, but up until this point, the marketing for Tears of the Kingdom has been pretty weird. I mean, we're about 3 months away from the game, and we have like, what, less than 3 minutes of gameplay total? Now, it makes sense to market the game like a few months before it releases. But look at Breath of the Wild. That had like a full trailer and a full treehouse presentation in June 2016. That game released in March 2017. So you'd think Nintendo would actually hype up the game a bit more, but I'm 90% confident that they will actually start hyping up the game within this next direct, and hopefully it's an in-depth look. Now, although Nintendo wasn't gonna attend E3, I still hoped they would show off Metroid Prime 4 there. I don't think it's gonna appear in this direct, maybe the next direct or something, or if we actually have a mainline June direct, maybe, just maybe, they can finally show a small crumb of the game. The last time we heard anything about this game was right before they announced Metroid Dread, saying that they were just working on it. Now, I'm still completely patient for Metroid Prime 4. I wouldn't want the game to be completely rushed, but I still want a trailer, just like they did with Tears of the Kingdom at E3 2021. Now, some other things I would like to see, probably a new 2D Mario game. I also want to see Doshin the Giant get localized. Oh, and I also want a new Drill Dozer game. Does anyone know about Drill Dozer? But yeah, I don't really know what else to expect for this next Nintendo Direct. I mean, these are just predictions, they're not full expectations. They are allowed to sprinkle in some JRPGs here and there. I just don't want the entire Direct to focus solely on JRPGs, kind of like with that last one. But yeah, that just about wraps up my predictions for the next Nintendo Direct. So are you guys expecting or predicting? Let me know in the comments below, and see you next video.